Hello everyone, Liverpool will be taking on Maribor in the Champions League. We are absolutely buzzing for it. You can see the excitement in the room is palpable. Not really, I can't wait.
Champions League, baby.
It's the Champions League, mate. And it's very much a game that Liverpool need to go and win because drawing football matches is dead boring.
No, I don't want another draw, Paul. I'm done in with the draws. I've had me fill.
Yeah.
Just want to win.
I've had a whole bag full of draws. And
when was the last time we won a game of footy?
Leicester.
How long ago was that?
3 weeks.
My word, that's far too long in the middle of a footy season.
Yeah, no, it's true, isn't it? Yeah, look, this it goes without saying. The group, I think we've kind of written our luck a little bit in the group so far because with the draws that we've had, I think they're all fine as it goes, but we've kind of been let off the hook by a couple of the other results in the group as well that's made it's quite congested. It would be nice to get a solid couple of wins, win next week against them as well, put ourselves and get a true sense of where we are in the group, because at the moment, listen, this group could get away from us if we're not careful.
Yeah, I suppose it could. Like, listen, when the fixtures were put out there, I think they'd be looking at this going, this is the best time to play Maribor. The 2 games back to back, the weakest side in the group, arguably. They'll be earmarking 6 points from these 2 games, I believe. And, you know, you've got to go out there and obviously play the away game first, don't you? So, and it's sandwiched between a Manchester United game and a Tottenham game, so it's difficult in that regard as well, because you have an eye on the weekend's fixtures, don't you? But, you know, with it being Tuesday, it probably plays into our favour a little bit. The Saturday early morning actually plays into our favour a little bit on this as well, which I don't think we spoke about in the build-up to Manchester United. So we've got a good squad there. I think we can make a few changes and still win the game of football. And I think Klopp will make a few changes.
Yeah, well, we'll come on to that in a moment. But this is, as I said, we had this situation last time we were in the Champions League a little bit where we didn't perform, but it was still very much like, if we just turn it on, we'll be fine. Because of the nature of the look, that window gets smaller and smaller. You know, this isn't a campaign that exists over 38 games and 9 months and what have you. If Liverpool can't pick up this win, then listen, you know, it'll be what it'll be. We'll have no right to make it
once
for the
you
last
played
16.
the 2 Maribor games, you then play Sevilla away. You know, if you're going to lose a game, that's the one you're most likely to lose.
Yeah.
But if we haven't got our 6 points, that really puts us in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll obviously depend then on how Spartak do against Sevilla in their 2 games.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to leave it to chance. So your best bet's to win these 2 games.
Yeah.
Go to Sevilla and hope to get a draw, and then you've got a home game to clinch it.
Yeah, definitely. Ben, I mean, how do you approach this game? I think there's an option there, very much an option to go full strength. You know, as much as we understand that to be. But as Chris mentioned, you've got Spurs at the weekend, which all of a sudden it's not mega. None of these games are season defining because we're so early in the season. You could lose both of these games and still have a very, very good season off the back of it. It's not the point. But the point is that Liverpool should be expecting to put out strong teams in both of these. We could theoretically go a little bit weaker and still get a result in this, but again, a win sets you up so nicely for the rest of the group.
I think define weak, because I think we've got a lot of strong players now that can play in lots of different places. And I think, you know, we've just discussed there on the Man United thing about Oxlade-Chamberlain and sort of a renewed sort of sense of, oh yeah, he is a very good player after all. Oh, look at, you know, based on his performance with Man United, and I think if he came into this game, which I think he will, I don't think I'll be disappointed by that. I think he'll be quite pleased. So yeah, so full strength and weak, you know, there's a fine line, and I think, you know, you've got to, even if we didn't play our full strength team, whatever 11 we put out there, I'm sure are definitely capable of doing the job.
That's the thing. Look. Let's say it like it is. None of us knows a great deal about Maribor. Even if I spent a week researching them, we still wouldn't have a great understanding of Maribor.
I definitely don't.
Yeah, just to clarify. But regardless of, look, this is a team that, look, they're in the Champions League and they deserve to be in the Champions League, because if you get in the Champions League, you've earned the right to be in there. But this is, in terms of the quality of the opposition, Chris, this is Liverpool should, as Ben says there, we should be able to, and as you said, we should be able to make changes and still put these to the sword.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I didn't even know Slovenia had a football league, so I didn't even know Maribor existed until this season.
I thought they were Portuguese.
I had to Google where Maribor was. Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah. I've been to Slovenia.
Wow. You've been to Maribor?
Didn't know Maribor existed.
It was telling that when
normally
we were looking...
you do have a look for a football ground if you go to a different place.
Yeah, we were looking at flights, so I typed in Liverpool to Maribor. They don't have an airport. They might have an airport. It doesn't do international
Well, we went,
flights.
oh no, look, we can go to Graz here, and I was like, oh yeah, Graz, and then looked like, yeah, Graz is in Austria. You know, we were having to cross a country border to actually make it to that ground. It's going to be an interesting one though, because I think that it's like a 16,000 capacity ground. Gutted that we couldn't get one of the 800 tickets that Liverpool have been allocated for this. But that's you know, this is the thing, and this is where Liverpool need to be wary, because inevitably these are the games that Liverpool, in the last 20 years, have made a real dog's dinner of at times, where these teams and these players, we're the biggest scalp imaginable to them. This will be the biggest game in a lot of these guys' careers. They'll be going for it, they'll be fighting for every single thing. That ground will be chock full of people looking to murder our faces, because that's what it's all about. I mean, I was chatting to a Slovenian Liverpool fan. He's just saying, like, everyone in Slovenia wants a ticket to watch that game. It's the biggest thing going down in Slovenia, basically. So it's going to be a big one for us, and this is the thing for Liverpool. And I hope, hopefully this is the beauty of Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, is that in the past we come up against teams that we should beat, and the players feel that way as well, and they feel like just being able to go out and just, you know, be good at footy is enough to win them. Liverpool need to go out and they need to match them for intensity, and they need to beat them for intensity, and then trust the quality to come out on top.
This team need to know that they messed up against Sevilla at home. Yeah. They were easily the better side. Yeah. They should have come away with that with a very good win. They ended up getting a draw, and that's, you know, puts us a real setback. Yeah. The draw away in Russia, well,
we battered them.
We battered them. We could have won, but I'd have been happy with that draw if we hadn't drawn the first one.
Yeah.
You know, those players have to know that it's their responsibility to go out and put this to bed.
Yeah.
You know.
Is this one of those situations where our poor form might work into our favour? Because, you know, I agree with what you were trying to say there, Paul, is that Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp doesn't let his players put the guard down, does he? You know, he wants them to fight for everything on the football field, and it makes his job even easier because we haven't got enough wins. Yeah. You know, you lads, you have won 1 in 8. You know what I mean? You know, don't be taking these for granted. You haven't put any of these teams away, really, apart from Leicester. Yeah. Too many chances created, not enough goals scored, too many shipped in at the back. You've got to go and prove it now. You're on the biggest stage. You go out there, you put these guys to the sword, and you go into Tottenham with a load of confidence. And that's what I mean by Liverpool their poor form could be used as an advantage in this game.
That's it. And just looking ahead to the weekend as well, Spurs have got Real Madrid, haven't they, this week. You know, you want to go into the back of that flying.
Are they away or home, do you know?
They're away.
They're away.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real big game. You know, either way, Tottenham are going to...
It's a terrific game, that, because position. Tottenham are really, really good away from home at the moment. They're terrible at home, but really, really good away. So they'll give Real Madrid a good game, and, you know, they'll come to us having had a fight for their lives in the Bernabeu.
Yeah. And I can't imagine them making as many changes as perhaps we will.
Yeah, and we've got the option to. You know, like I say, there's an option there where I think you could make 3 changes and not significantly impact the overall quality, and, you know, and harm your chances of winning the football match there, which we'll come on to in a second with everyone's preferred 11s. But I have to mention it again because the best thing we've done in ages. We were over to Rome the other week. We interviewed Lucas Leiva at his house. The first part of that interview is up on the redmentv.com now. You can get a little sense of it with him talking about the Man United game, which we put up in the week just gone. Very, very good stuff, but full-length interview. Talks about a whole range of things from coming through from Brazil as a young kid to some of the trials and tribulations of not being well loved by a lot of Liverpool fans, how he handled that, his good performances, his goal, his amazing first goal, and you know, sliding doors moments, his careers and stuff.
The feedback for the subscribers on that video as well, if you read the comments and stuff, they're absolutely loving it, so you need to go on there and check that one out for yourself.
Yeah, if you've watched it, let people know in the comments below this video as well your thoughts on it. Part 2 of that's coming up. There are 3 parts of it. They're going to be getting released. You're going to get to see in various forms. Very, very, very good stuff. So go to the redmentv.com liverpooltv.com. Start your free month. So you can get that, you can check it out, see how you feel, watch the rest of the content as well. Loads of stuff, exclusive podcasts and video content to fill your Liverpool life with. And yeah, boss, thoroughly amazing guy, and those interviews are, again, spectacular, so go and watch them. Lads, you got your whiteboards to hand?
Yeah, man.
Right, preferred 11s for this week are as follows. Go on, Dad, where you go?
Only Trent and Karius being different from the United team.
Interesting. Okay, so everyone's got Karius in goal. I think not so much. I don't think any. Is this because we would prefer Karius in goal?
Actually, you know what? If I prefer, and I forgot about the goal, I always seem to forget about the goalkeeper. I prefer to see Ward, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change that now.
So I did have this consideration. I would prefer Karius, even though I've said in previous weeks I wanted to see Ward get a go, because I've come back on this again, that it stands to reason that there's a reason that that Klopp likes him and Klopp's giving him games, and I just want to see that reason.
I thought he'd made it clear that he was going to play Karius in the Champions League games. He may have changed that now we're out of the league, the whatever it was called.
The League Cup, the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, the Carabao Cup.
You don't need to remember it now, it'll change sponsor again next year.
I'm just assuming that Karius is nailed on, but I could be wrong. And I'm assuming that even though Gomez is a better right back defensively, that Trent and him are being rotated to keep them both.
So again, you and Chris have gone for Trent at right back. What was you thinking on Gomez?
Oh, I was going to go with Trent before Saturday, and then Gomez had such a good game. I think maybe it's worth keeping him in. He deserves to stay in. He's fit enough to do it. He's good enough to do it.
I've been so impressed with Gomez as well, and because of that, I want him in for Tottenham.
But here's the thing,
and that's why Trent comes into this game for me.
Moreno doesn't get rotated. So why should we rotate wide? And my thinking on the back four, I've kept the back four the same because the back four have played well. Yeah. I would prefer to see us keep that and let's just have this be our back four until someone gets injured.
I agree with that, but at the same time I know that Klopp has stated that he doesn't think Trent and Gomez should play every game because they're too young.
Yeah.
And therefore I think he's going to rotate.
3 games in a week for me is where I would go, listen, Gomez has had a good start, Trent's had a good start to the season. They've been fine rotating them. Their form hasn't dipped for being rotated, so I'd prefer Trent. And flip side, I get what you're saying, and I generally speaking, I'm exactly the same. Just keep the back four the same. But I think Robertson's, he's had a good start to his Liverpool career as well, and I've gone Robertson at left back because of that. I think this is a side that Liverpool should be looking to take to the sword, and 2 attacking fullbacks.
I would like to see, I don't think any of us have gone with it, but I would like to see Robertson playing left back if Solanke was starting up front for us, just because of his delivery. Now we saw it looked good in the League Cup. I think I'm right. I think Solanke started that game.
Oh right, no. Yeah.
But he looked, that looked exciting. Pass it to the midfield. Now midfield, you've kept the midfield the same. Yeah. Chris, you have Coutinho into midfield instead of Chan, and Ben, you've brought Milner in for Wijnaldum. So we've got a pretty mixed bag.
I mean, let me say, this is just my statement that we need to win this game. Yeah. And therefore you go with your strongest team. I actually don't think Klopp will play this team that I've got. Yeah. I do think he'll make changes. And I'll think, oh my God, why is he doing that? But hopefully it'll work. Now,
I think the midfield, because I want to get Milner into this team, but I still can't work out who he would come in for.
I think he'd be fine to come in for a Wijnaldum or a Chan, and you could still play Coutinho with Milner. Yeah. I still think you could do that. Yeah. I think there might be a little bit more emphasis on Henderson having to get forwards a little bit more.
The other thing about Henderson is that he played 2 games for England, one of them on an artificial pitch, which Klopp was very unhappy about. He's now played against United. He'll want to play him against Tottenham. Yeah. So he may well think Milner in for Henderson. And then Chan would have to play to be deep.
Well, I think that would be absolutely fine as well. We done a lot of talk about the Emre Can stuff, and how he considers the 6 to be his position and what have you. He is there for that. I really like how random this is. I like Oxlade-Chamberlain from the right. I've got him on the left. But I like the right shout because, again, something we touched upon in the final word about trying to replicate last season, trying to replicate Mane from last season, is that I could see Salah coming out, and I could see Oxlade-Chamberlain going on the right again. Keep Salah fresh, keep the pace down the right hand side, but keep the width as well from having a guy who's right-footed in that situation. It goes to emphasise the point, I think, doesn't it? Again, that you've gone Salah, Firmino, Coutinho. Ben's got Oxlade-Chamberlain, Sturridge, Coutinho. Chris has got Salah, Sturridge, Ox. Same I've got, what I've gone for as well. That we do have some real
versatility. Yeah, I think I just went for that because I think Milner's probably, if anything, I don't know whether this is the right way to sort of look at it, but due a game, I think. So because of that, it was kind of a flip between Can and Wijnaldum, but I do think Can in European games particularly, I don't know, he just always seems to perform well. And then in that case, Phil will be on the left-hand side, so I thought, well, and then Ox came on Saturday and did well on the right, so I thought, why not?
Yeah.
I
think we
why not Ox, John?
Only because, as I said, I do think he'd probably play Ox. I was just in this saying I want our best team out on that pitch because I want this game won. Yeah. And just the statements on that. But I do think he will play Ox, and I do think Salah may get rested, and I do think Milner will play.
My logic on that is that I think our best foot forward in this is Coutinho in midfield for the similar reason. I think if we're going to go, let's go and do it. Let's go and get it won in 60 minutes.
Yeah.
That would be the best.
I'd hope that's what I hope that's what we do. But again, and just lastly with the Daniel Sturridge thing, I think that there was a largely we've gone for Sturridge up front. For the similar thing, he's clearly trying to play him into some form, isn't he? And I think that's right. He's come so close in a couple of games. He could have won us 2 of those games that we've drawn in the last 3 that he's played in. Yeah.
All it takes is a good goal for him to score. He puts away not the easiest chance in the world, not the most difficult. A solid good finish.
He needs, for me, and it might sound a little harsh, he either needs to score a goal or he needs to play himself and pick up another injury again like he always does. So we know, Chris, because he's good enough to score goals if he plays football. He's being given football to play it in. But I just...
Are you thinking about Solanke?
I'm thinking about Solanke, basically. I'm thinking that I'm not sure Solanke's old enough to be pushed above him in the pecking order. It might take one of those moments where he's forced into using Solanke, and then he takes his opportunity, because that's what happens in the world of centre forwards.
Yeah, it might be.
But and Daniel Sturridge, for me, I don't want to see Daniel Sturridge holding back. I want to see him going out there. I want to see him giving if he starts, giving that him, go and win the game. But don't win the game like it's all on you to win it. Win the game by playing someone else in to win. Look at Man City at the weekend. Look at that Sane. Gets into the box. He can just score, but he doesn't. He cuts it back, and again, Jesus misses it, but Raheem Sterling slotted it. There's no need for him to square that to Sterling whatsoever. He could take a goal there and just beef himself up the charts. We need to get into the swing of that, particularly with Daniel Sturridge, of saying, look, you can finish it. If you've got a chance to finish
Sturridge can do that, but he only does it when he's got a goal.
Yeah. And we used to say with Suarez all the time, didn't he? Both of them were like that. They had to get the goal first before they would lay someone else on.
And then maybe all of a sudden we'd score 4 or 5.
But I just don't think we're good enough at the moment for that to be a thing. It needs to be someone to be a little bit more magnanimous, isn't the word, but you get my meaning when I use that. Someone to be a bit more team first. Get an assist is as good as a goal in this. As long as we get ahead in a football match. What we can't have is another game where we go behind again and we have to drag ourselves back into it, or it sits 0-0 for large portions, because it just doesn't favour our mentality at the moment. But exciting, very, very exciting in potential anyway. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. Dad, what's your score prediction for this one?
2-0.
Oh, John, mate.
3-0.
Time.
3?
3.
2-0, just like your dad.
Cool.
Again.
4-0.
Go ahead.
Come on, Liverpool.
Clean sheets all round.
Do we? 4-1.
2 clean sheets on the bounce. No.
Late penalty half-break.
Flying in the
Carrying
face
us sent off in the last minute with the penalty. Danny Ward to start the next game. No, I don't know. Score predictions in the comments below. What is your preferred 11? Leave that. And of course, as mentioned, Lucas Laven interviews galore on the redmentv.com. So do get involved with that. And again, if you've enjoyed the stuff you've seen us put out in recent weeks, particularly the stuff on the redmentv.com, if you've got some nice things to to say them in the comments below. Let people know how much you're enjoying your subscription to the redmentv.com. Guys, thanks, pleasure. We'll be back Tuesday, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Oh, yes.
I'll be back in about half an hour with us, starting 11, but yeah.
Well, about 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you soon. Ta-ra.